destroying this ridiculous myth about Pep Guardiola's success. For cheap good quality football jerseys, go over to www.jerseyfifa.com, a link will be left in the description, and use code ATLANTISFOOTBALL for 5% off. Pep was only successful at Barcelona because he had Messi, Xavi and Iniesta. Any manager could have done what Pep did with that team. Pep is only successful when he's able to spend a shitload of money. If you hear anyone say statements like these, it's an instant indicator that they have no idea what they are talking about, and here's why. But before I get into the analysis, let me tell you about my favourite football app, which is the OneFootball app, because this is where I go to keep up to date with the latest circulating transfer rumours, and I find the match section on the app incredibly useful as well. If you like this channel, you'll definitely love this app, so when you go to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like, which would be very much appreciated, make sure you click the link in the description to get the OneFootball app as well, which will help support this channel. So in order to completely destroy any of these ludicrous statements that try to disregard Pep's success, I will be analysing Barcelona prior to Pep's arrival as manager, what he did to bring Barcelona success, and what other teams were doing around that same time for comparison. So Pep Guardiola became Barcelona manager in the summer of 2008 after a successful first season in management, achieving promotion with Barcelona's B-side. Barcelona's previous manager had been Frank Rijkaard, who won back-to-back La Liga titles in 2005 and 2006, as well as the Champions League in 2006, but by 2008, Barcelona were falling apart. Barca finished third in La Liga with just 67 points, a whole 18 points behind Real Madrid in first, and 10 behind Villarreal in second. In fact, Barcelona were closer to Sevilla in fifth, who had 64 points, than they were to Villarreal in second, which shows clearly that Barcelona were not the dominant side in La Liga when Guardiola took over, nor were they even the second best team, and they weren't even in the title race the season before. Just to put into context how far Barcelona were behind Real Madrid at this point, Manchester United finished 12 points behind Manchester City last season and managed 74 points. Barcelona had 7 fewer points and was 6 points further behind Real Madrid, but Barcelona still got to the semi-finals of the Champions League that season, so they must have been good. Yes, they did, but if you actually look at the context behind that achievement, you can see that it's actually not that impressive. Barcelona won their Champions League group, which contained Lyon, Rangers and Stuttgart, which is what you would expect despite Lyon being a very good side at the time, but you would still expect them to qualify, which they did. They beat Celtic in the last 16 and Schalke in the quarterfinals, which just goes to show that just because a side gets to the semi-finals of the Champions League, this doesn't mean they are necessarily one of the best sides in Europe, as you have to look at who they beat and how they beat them to get to that stage. So I think that categorically shuts down the people that argue that Pep walked into an already successful Barcelona side. But what did Pep actually do to transform this side into one of the greatest sides the world has ever seen? Well, I'll give you a clue, it wasn't because of the money. That summer Pep Guardiola promoted 2 relatively unknown young players to the first team. They were a defensive midfielder called Sergio Busquets and a promising winger called Pedro. He signed a reject centre-back from Manchester United for £5 million, who according to Wayne Rooney was bullied out of the Premier League, and that was Gerard Piqué. He sold Ronaldinho to AC Milan for £25 million and Deco to Chelsea for £8 million, in an attempt to get rid of the dead wood. Deco and Ronaldinho were reportedly poor trainers, and even showed up to training drunk according to Alexander Hleb. Zambrotta and Giovanni Dos Santos also left the club, with Barcelona bringing in around £50 million from sales. But who did Pep bring in? He must have spent a couple $100 million, right? Well, actually that's not the case. He spent a total of £86 million that summer, bringing in Dani Alves, Alexander Hleb, Martin Caceres, Seydou Keita, Enrique, Piqué and Pinto. Real Madrid, for reference, also spent £74 million that summer, bringing in £63 million from sales, but £38 million of that came from selling Robinho to a mid-table Premier League side. You also have to factor in that Real Madrid had just finished 18 points clear of Barcelona, so going into the new season with both sides spending, you would still consider Real Madrid the favourites. But that season Guardiola's side absolutely dominated La Liga. They won the league by 9 points ahead of Real Madrid, going from losing 9 and drawing 10 the season before to losing 5 and drawing 6 in 2008-2009, whilst also beating Real Madrid 6-2 at the Santiago Bernabeu. Barcelona also won the Copa del Rey and Champions League, completing the treble. Now yes, Pep's side were rather fortunate in the semi-finals of the Champions League against Chelsea, with some of the refereeing decisions and Iniesta's late goal, even though Drogba was overreacting slightly, but Barcelona was still by far the best side in European football. They beat Lyon in the round of 16 6-3 on aggregate, beat Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals 5-1 on aggregate, Chelsea in the semi-finals on away goals, and then dominated Manchester United in the final. A Manchester United side which had Alex Ferguson as manager, Ronaldo, Tevez, Rooney, Berbatov, Carrick, Scholes, Vidic, Ferdinand, Evra and Van der Sar in the squad, who had also just won 3 back-to-back Premier League titles and were the Champions League holders from the season before. That same year in 2009, Guardiola would go on to win 6 trophies with the treble, plus the FIFA Club World Cup, the Spanish Super Cup and the UEFA Super Cup. Over the next 4 seasons, Guardiola would win 3 straight La Liga titles, 2 Copa del Reys and 2 Champions Leagues. Not only this, but Guardiola developed players like Iniesta and Xavi from very good players to 2 of the best midfielders of all time. He turned Busquets and Pedro from B-team players into 2 of the most crucial players in the squad. He injected new life into players like Thierry Henry, Carlos Puyol and Eric Abidal. He created, in my opinion, the greatest side to have ever played football from 2010 to 2012 and revolutionised the way football was played. Before 2008, the 4-4-2 was the most dominant system throughout football. Pep used a 4-3-3 which would become a 3-4-3 in possession, a system that by the end of his tenure at Barcelona was being used across Europe and even until today. Whilst Pep didn't make Messi, he without doubt played a huge role in his development. Prior to Guardiola arriving, Messi was still regarded as one of the best young talents in the world, alongside Ronaldo, but at that stage, Ronaldo was definitely ahead of him. Messi came third in the Ballon d'Or in 2007, behind Ronaldo and that year's winner Kaká. But under Pep, Messi developed his goal-scoring ability significantly. In 2006-2007, Messi scored 17 goals in all competitions. The season after that was 16, and in Pep's first season, that number doubled to 38 goals in all competitions, then 47, then 53, and then in Pep's last season, Messi scored an astonishing 73 goals. Pep's decision to shift Messi from a right wing position to a false 9 centre forward position was the key in Messi achieving these heights, and not only did it aid Messi, but the false 9 radically changed the way the centre forward was perceived in football. If you want to see Guardiola's influence, just look at the Spanish national side pre-2008 and post-2008, with Fabregas being used as a false 9 in the 2012 Euros being the biggest indication that Pep had truly revolutionised football. So now, if anyone tells you that Pep was only successful at Barcelona because he had Messi, Iniesta and Xavi, send them this video. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that video, remember to subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications, give the video a like and go to the description and check out some of my other videos. Put your thoughts in the comment section below and follow me on Instagram and Twitter for more content as well.